Okay, so does anyone actually remember what happened last session?
A lot
We
happened. We battled those
two guys.
monsters.
Mm-hmm.
And we had
The
help from the
human.
Shadow Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it
And
turned
then
out
we realized that
it was the
Oh
good.
yeah.
Ari is one of the lights that we're trying to find. And I do
Ollie.
believe the Shadow Man is the yellow one that we're supposed to find.
Oh.
But now
Yeah.
that we found them, I don't know what we're supposed to do with them.
Murder.
Okay.
Yeah, Allie hates me.
You rolled. Actually, if we look at the chat, the last thing that happened was your natural one on a diplomacy
Oh,
check.
that's right. Oh my god.
In which Allie pulled a Trigun level pistol at your face.
Yeah.
And developed a distrust of you all, and then left. So right before you left the town of Leobar, you were asked to bring a missive from the mayor to the Church of the Savior in Highwarden, which would fulfill his request for the church to deliver several scrolls of the Calm spell, which you had learned is a way to revert the process of someone being turned into at least one version of these monsters that you had encountered.
Yeah.
That's right, we're heading home.
So we're going to skip forward just a little bit. We're going to skip all the way to your return to Highwarden. You had a somber but peaceful, let's say, day or two trip through the forts back to Highwarden. During which time you've all had, I'm sure, plenty to think about. So if there's anything that kind of went on in your mind, you may kind of speak that now. Otherwise, we can continue on.
I'm good to go.
Anything?
No, I'm good. I just believe
Nope.
that
Okay.
Ravi just had a nap for most of the ride.
I will tell you all that the yellow circle on your hands has continued to blink the entire way home.
What?
Just so you all know.
Okay.
So the gates of Highwarden open, and immediately you can tell that something is different. Where the city was once full of, some life. It wasn't a bustling metropolis, but there were people going about their business. It now seems quiet. You don't see as many people about, except for an increase in Ardent Night activity. So the guards. You see more guards. And they let you in, because you had the paperwork that allowed you to go in. But they seemed on edge as you entered. Does anyone have any initial thoughts?
Ravi is used to seeing guards, but not this many. It makes her nervous.
I fear this is a bad sign.
And she's like, she takes hold of Gimbal hand, and she's like, Gimbal, everyone is turning into monsters everywhere else. You don't think it's happening here, too, do you?
It very well could be. Might even be probable.
Ravi, you notice something as you take Gimbleshanks' hand. The yellow circle is no longer blinking.
Oh, that's weird.
What?
Yes.
Check out your hand. She lifts it up to him.
Oh. What? Does that mean she's no longer near? Or...
I have no idea. This is all very confusing. So she lets go of Gimbleshake's hands and walks a little forward. So she's like, so we need to go to... Oh, shucks. I forgot where we need to go.
Okay.
Yeah, where do we need to go?
Well, there's a few places you could go. You could update Silmorn, the kind of lead scholar of the Lucent Sages, about what you had seen. You can bring the missive from Doran to the Church of the Savior. Or there's other business you could go and take care of. You could go see Vanellope. You could do some shopping. Like, there's a few things that you could take care of if you wanted to.
Okay.
I think we should
Maybe-
deliver the missive.
Yeah, that's like our main thing. We should do that.
They need aid.
Okay.
Aid.
Sanctuary.
Alright, so you know that the Church of the Savior is kind of in the central area of town. Like, everyone that enters High Warden knows where it is. And so you make your way there. And immediately you have a better understanding as you get there of why the town is so quiet. Because there are a lot of people at the church. And they seem to be engaged in lots of prayer. You can see lots of emotion on people's faces. And you park your carriage in Marengo, and you start to head in. You kind of have to squeeze through the crowd a little bit. And you enter this church, and it's a large church. You know, it's relatively large, and it's quite ornate. It's very pretty inside. Inside, toward the end, there is a large statue of what looks like a woman, clad in armor with majestic feathered wings, and you see that there's a couple priests headed around, and they are all clad in gold raiments, largely gold raiments. Not like actual gold metal, but like the gold color.
Yeah.
With some like white tailored onto it. And you see that there's a few of them around, but then you also see that there is one that is near the statue, kind of at the altar, wherever the hell people do their sermons. So who would you like to head to? Where do you all want to go?
Does it look like there's like do one of them look like the head like person?
The one that's under the statue toward the kind of the altar, whatever the hell it is. Words are hard today. He seems to have extra like raiments being worn. So if you were to take an educated guess, he seems like he would be the head priest.
We could start with him.
Should I do a recall knowledge and see if Ravi remembers his name, or we should just move on?
You can if you want. That's entirely up to you.
I think I will, because Ravi lives here.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Okay, let me see. Trying to remember all these buttons. Okay. Let's see. Would it be under... Where is it?
It would be
Under
under religion.
Oh, JK.
Oh, religion. Okay. I'm 9 proficient in it. Row!
9 is better than 8.
Damn.
So with a 20, so you were not raised with much religion. Vanellope, her maternal kind of ideology is that you should be allowed to believe whatever you want to believe and foster that belief on your own. So she did not force any sort of religious way on you. That being said, every once in a while, if the Church of the Savior held some sort of event, you and the other children would go with Vanellope. And through that, you would have learned that the head priest's name is Father Dursley. I will spell that for you all.
Dursley.
Dursley.
Okay. Father
Nice.
Dursley.
Okay. So Robbie points at Father Dursley and says, he's the head honcho. He's the one that gives us candy all the time.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Rebecca, a head priest giving children candy?
Yeah, I realize. I know what I'm saying.
Don't make this hard on me, please. You bitch.
oh,
It's
Boy.
on to Ravi with just kind of an eyebrow raise and say, "Okay, let's go talk to him together."
yes, adults present.
Well,
Yes.
okay. You guys are weird. But okay.
Okay, so you make your way past the pews and all the people who are, crying and praying and doing religious stuff. And you reach Father Dursley, and you can see that he is in the middle of speaking with some citizens. He's in the middle of having a conversation with them. You may interact if you please.
So Robbie kind of rolls herself back and forth on the heels of her feet, and she's humming. She's like, like trying to show that she's like her presence is there, but she doesn't fully interrupt the conversation.
So after, a few seconds of you blatantly humming for attention, he kind of like he finally takes notice of you, and he says, "My child, can it wait a moment?" Is there some urgent business that I can assist you with?
Why, yes, there is. And she
Very well.
Who has the scroll? The missive?
While you're grabbing the scroll, he looks to the others that he was speaking to, and he says, "I'm terribly sorry. May we continue this in just a moment?" And he looks at you and he says, "Yes. How can I assist you in these trying times?"
Trying?
Surely you must know that our people are being transformed, turned into beings of evil, darkness,
What kind of
a
beings?
plague. Oh, let it be fortunate that you have not seen them, then. Some have said that their loved ones turned to beings of fire, others so racked with fear and terror that they became monstrosities of unknown substance.
Like oil?
Yes, there are those who had lost others and became frozen like ice. It is a tragedy. We do not know the means of stopping it.
Fortunately, we
Where-
have seen these things.
Oh, you have then. In that case, what can I offer you? Do you need prayers? Do you
We
do you
need
require
scrolls?
solace?
We need scrolls of calm.
The town of Leobar
I-
is requesting in this missive scrolls of calm.
Oh, do you care to tell me more?
It is one of the ways to stop a transformation of a specific form. One of the I don't how to describe them exactly. A rage beast. If you can get to them in time and use a scroll of calm, it can reverse the effects.
Clearly, you speak true. That this can quell the transformations.
Yes, we've done it before.
Indeed.
We saw
And
it
it
work
worked.
for at least one individual.
And you say that the town of Leobar is requesting these spell scrolls.
That's correct.
Oh my, this is... If this is true, this can change everything.
But it has to be at the right moment. If they turn too late, then the scroll or the spell calm will not have any effect, I fear.
Yes, they must
Then
be
we
destroyed.
must act quickly, such that we may save as many as we can. Oh, the Savior has brought upon us a revelation. Praise be unto her! And all the people, start looking toward him, and he says, These travelers, they have brought a direct missive from the Savior. We are saved from these diabolical transformations. And they all just start, cheering and crying, and some of them start, passing out, and, church stuff.
I think it's the guy who from Avatar: The Last Airbender, the guy he's whenever Aang shows up at Kyoshi Island.
They kind of be like that, yeah. Cameron, were you saying something?
Oh. Sorry, Jess. I just want to say good job role playing.
Very good. He looks at you all after, all the reveling, and he says, Oh, I must thank you. We shall begin right away. I shall have all of our scribes begin preparing the scrolls. We cannot just send them to Leobar. We must spread them throughout the land. Everyone must have access to these. Oh, we have so much work to do. Oh, we do not have enough priests for this. We will do what we can. I must thank you. The church is in your debt. Word that I had some way to reward you somehow. May I request that you come back at another time? I shall find some way to reward you for your efforts.
Okay. Because Ravi is thinking maybe she should go check on Mother. Also her sister in the tavern. See what really is going on around here.
Do you want to go to Mother's house first or your sister's tavern first?
So she contemplates with a hand on her chin and taps her foot. Her ears flick up and down until they raise up, and she's like, let's go to the tavern first. People should be, coming all around the world to the tavern. Maybe they have stories there, too. But
Sounds
then
good.
we should check on Mother.
Okay. Ita will turn to the head priest and say, Thank you for your generosity and acknowledgement of our heroism. We will return, as you say.
Yes, please do. Thank you. May the blessing of the Savior be upon you all.
And also with you.
Can I...
Save as many as you can.
Can I do recall knowledge, or I guess it's religion? Because I don't know too much about this savior person.
Okay, yeah, sure.
The savior person is turns out to be hidden.
Anyone who would like to do so as well.
Yeah, let's
Anyone
all
who would
do
like
it.
to, you may do so. Yeah, y'all can roll for almost anything at any time, just as long as it makes sense.
This
Whoa!
Ooh,
Oh, it's almost 16.
What is this roll
Okay.
for?
religion check. She wants to check if she knows anything about the savior. The priest said that the missive is sent straight from Xavier.
What's Robbie's stats in rage?
She rolled it. She got a 17.
Oh.
It's just, do you want to roll one also?
Yeah.
No. Okay, we're good.
No, sorry.
No, okay. So, Ravi, because you were not involved with the church, you haven't been taught much. All you know, kind of just from general hearsay and maybe tidbits from, your brief time going to the church for events, is that the general belief is that there was, during the time of the Great War between mortals and dragonkind, there was a woman whose name is lost to time, and that she played a crucial part in bringing those who remained after the war to the last bastion as a means of keeping them safe from the war and kind of the destruction of the world around it. The bastion being one of the last safe places on the planet. And though she remained nameless, she was dubbed the Savior. And there are those who believe that though she has disappeared, she disappeared after, the X's to the Bastion, that though she has disappeared, that one day she will return when the world needs her most.
Okay. Good. Something for Ravi's noggin, so thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I didn't even know there was a war between dragons and humans. That's so cool.
It was mentioned on the blurb, at the beginning of the page, when we first started.
Yeah.
That
It's by the last
200 years ago. Yeah. It kind of shows up when you load into the game. With that, you all leave the church. You squeeze through all the people that are praying and crying and doing all that business, and you get back on the carriage and you head over to the high wall. And you don't need to worry about the carriage and the horse because Bernice has a stable that you can put all that. You can do the thing. Words are hard today. And you take care of all that and you head inside and you see that there's no one there except Bernice. She's just kind of slumped on the counter, just she looks so bored. And as you all walk in, her eyes immediately brighten and she says, oh, you're back. You've returned, and you're not dead. Oh,
hi to you too, Bernice. Ravi just raises her arms up, trying to give me a hug, sister.
Oh, yeah, fine. And so she walks over and she has to bend down to grab you because you're so small, and so she bends down and grabs you and she embraces you and she says, "So, how are you all? You haven't become a monster, I see."
No, but I have these. So she starts explaining what happened into the forest and how she talked to a witch that gave her powers, and now she can talk to spirits.
He looks at you with just the face that she's making is about half confusion and half deep levels of concern. And it just kind of stays consistent on her face as you explain everything that's happened. She's just like, huh?
Yeah,
Huh?
she just explains everything kind of like gibberishy. Like I met this wolf guy. He was scary, but he was cool. And then we met this moon man, and we had to fight them. Oh, and then we talked to this guy. Like she just keeps going, but she's kind of like, so she's trying to tell the story, but it's not like as the timeline went on.
And as she keeps talking, I lean over and I say, I know it sounds crazy, but it's literally all true.
Roll me perception checks, if you dare.
Clovis?
Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
Perception. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's a good one too. Those are such cool dice. I forgot. Roll.
ah,
Oh, yuck.
whoa,
Ooh.
Oops, did
Okay.
I do?
Oh,
okay,
Itza and Josie. So, amidst the look of confusion and concern on Bernice's face, there's also something else. But you can't quite tell what it is. But every time, just every like couple of seconds, you see that her eyes turn away for a moment, as though she's thinking about something.
Hmm.
Can I roll a diplomacy check to ask
To do
her
what?
about it?
I mean, you could just ask her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, ask her right after Ravi says, and then we met the Shadow Man. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
The Shadow Man,
Yeah.
that's a bedtime story that Mom told you because you wouldn't go to bed.
No, he's real. It's true. It's real, and he has a whip.
Ma'am,
Yes?
excuse my hoarseness of my voice. I did a lot of screaming at the monsters.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yes. If I may ask, why do you keep looking away as we are speaking with you?
Oh, you noticed. Well, I just have a strange feeling. And I don't know what it is. But something about all of this just feels so wrong.
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 I don't entirely know how to explain it, I'm afraid, but
Bernice.
yeah, I don't know.
It's yeah. Yes.
Anyway,
Yes.
well,
Indeed. Indeed, this is a wrong situation. But
yes.
we are here to help them.
Well, that's good. Well, for now, come in. Let's get you all something to eat. I'm sure you're quite hungry. And then we can, kind of discuss this further. For now, take a seat. I will take care of everything.
All right. Ravi grabs her hand a little bit and squeezes it before turning away and walking to the nearest table.
She reciprocates the squeeze and gives you a smile, and then she lets go and heads into the kitchen. So after, about 30 minutes, she comes out with a stew of like meat and potatoes and some bread. And she says, "All right, everyone. Oh, I forgot. Gimbleshinks, you don't eat. Well, there's a fourth serving here, in case Ravi decides to be voracious, or if she decides to share."
She's already digging into hers, and she's like, "I'm not sure."
Don't talk with your mouth full. Ugh. Well, oh, that reminds me. This came for you yesterday. And she heads over behind the counter and she grabs an envelope. and she says, someone came and delivered this and told me that whenever you all showed up again, that I was supposed to give it to you. So she hands it to you. And it's in... on the envelope is written in gorgeous cursive, by the way. It just says, to Itza, Josie, Gimbleshanks, and Robbie. And then if you turn it around, you see that... Sorry, I burped. The wax seal bears a crescent moon, which you know to be the symbol of the Lucent Sages.
Interesting. Shall we open it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, whichever one of you, you break the wax seal, you open it, and as you read into it, it is a short letter from Silmorn. And he requests that you meet with him as soon as you have returned and taken a moment to recover your spirits.
Okay.
We can do that.
Okay. She still has her mouth full.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Robbie, do you want to go see your mother before we go see Silmore?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Okay.
Like she takes a big gulp, clears her throat, and she's like, I want to tell Mother all about what we did. Plus, I don't know, I just feel like we should see her first. She might know something.
Great. Alright. So, you all take a moment to eat, except you, Gimbleshanks, of course. Bernice does bring you a slice of cheese.
Nice.
Just for your viewing pleasure. And so you all finish eating. Of course, you thank Bernice, and you head out. And after, 15 minutes of walking, you find yourself at Hartridge Manor. And see that another child that the rest of you have not met, a small little blonde boy, who looks to be half elven, is playing in the rose bushes. And Ravi, you would recognize this as Larv.
Larv? Okay.
Arv.
Yeah, he's one of your background NPCs, so I'm using it.
Cool. So after she, her ears perk up after hearing him playing around, sees him, and waves her hand up in the air and starts waving at him. Larv!
He expresses shock, goes, because you know that the children are not allowed to be in the rose bushes. Because Mother loves her rose bushes. And so he says, no, Ravi, I'm not in the roses. I'm not doing that. As he kind of skittishly comes out of the bushes. He says, you didn't see any
Larv, buddy! She starts
that.
patting him on the shoulder. I'm not gonna tell on you. And then she grabs his shoulder and leans in closer, and her eyes narrow at him. He's like, you know what happens to snitches, don't you?
I briefly recall you saying something not nice about those. Yeah.
And then she's like, see, so I'm not gonna snitch on you.
Okay. Who are those people?
Larv, meet my friends. That's Itza. And she points over to the tall, masculine woman. And then this is Josie. She introduces the cowboy. And then Gimbleshanks waves both her arms in the air to mimic that he has multiple arms.
Charm.
Larv walks up to Gimbleshanks and he says, "Wow,
Hello, little man.
you're made of rock.
Yes, I am.
Why are you made of rock?"
Well, it's a long story. Do you have a few hours?
Maybe?
Long story short, I was built to dig through rock, actually, to find things.
Whoa,
Yes.
that's awesome.
Hence my 4 arms.
Oh.
Would
So
you
are
like
you
a
like
piece of cheese?
really... I like
It's
cheese.
delicious. Here you
I
are.
like cheese. So he takes the cheese and you see there's a look of pure awe on his face and he says, "Thank you, Rockman."
No problem, child.
So Ravi has her hands on her hips. She's looking back and forth to the boy and Gibbleshakes. And she's like, friendship! And then she makes a 360 and starts walking towards the mansion. See you later, Larv!
Yeah, I have cheese. Whoa.
Enjoy it. For I cannot.
Oh. He's too busy looking at the cheese.
What a weird boy.
So you all enter the manor, and it is quiet.
Huh.
You don't see any
Quiet?
sign of Penelope, or Loogie for that matter.
Hello? Hello? Even her voice starts to echo. And then she walks over to the door and starts smashing it, like with her paw. Hello? And starts knocking on the door like crazily. Does anyone show up?
You hear movement upstairs, and Loogie comes to the top of the stairs and he says, "Why are you so loud?
Loogie!
I was taking a nap."
She rushes over to him and gives him a big hug. Loogie, you're doing so
Oh.
well. Did you grow up?
Why are you touching me? Ew. Gross. Get off of me. Ugh.
So she shakes him a little bit. It's like, I missed you, buddy. How you been?
You've only been gone for a couple of days. Stop.
Really? Feels like forever. She's so dramatically, she falls on him. Catch me, Loogie. I come up with the vapors.
Someone help me. Ew. What do you want? Why? What do you want?
Where's Mother?
She's not here.
What do you mean she's not here? She doesn't go anywhere.
I don't know. She said she had a meeting and then she left.
Meeting with who?
I don't know. She didn't tell me.
You're useless! And she kind of tosses him aside.
Ew.
Are you sure you
Why
don't
is she
remember
so
where he
rude?
went?
Well, I don't know.
Well, then who would know?
Mother?
Ugh. Well, sorry guys, this was a bus. I thought she would be home at this time of day. I guess.
Where her meeting was.
She shrugs. She's like, I guess we have no choice but to go to see that pretty elf man.
Still more.
Okay. Alright.
It could be that's who she's meeting with. We can head over there and see if we run into her.
Oh, you think so?
So, Loogie just looks at you guys and he says, "I don't care. I'm going back to bed."
And as he's walking away, she yells, "Good night!"
You just hear, ugh. Okay. So it only takes you another 15 or 20 minutes to get through the city and make your way to the moon tower. And when you get there, you see that there is a group of people at the front entrance to the tower. And you can tell that they are rather salty. They are doing some shouting. They are very clearly upset.
Uh-oh.
So would like to listen to see if she can understand what they're shouting.
Perception!
So, no, I'll just give it to you all.
Oh, thanks.
They, so you get tidbits of things like, we demand answers, tell us what's going on, did you have something to do with it, what aren't you telling us?
Oh shit.
It's a mob, guys.
Yeah.
Must be due to the people turning into monsters.
Yeah, but why are they blaming them?
Yeah, well, they're probably very confused, and they think that, well, mages or wizards might have something to do with their loved ones being turned.
Well, how are we supposed to get through that?
You can try
You still-
to wade through.
You still have someone's letter, don't you?
Oh.
Itza totally has it.
Okay. Okay. So you squeeze through the crowd. You may feel free to shout things if you please. And you reach the gate, and on the other side, there are a couple knights that are saying, "Please step back. We are not allowing entry. I need you to step back."
Itza uses her big presence and just pulls out the letter and says, "We are here on official business. We are saviors. Please allow us passage."
We are the saviors.
Robbie's just hiding behind the taller people, especially Itza, and she's like, "Watch the tail, buddy! Watch the tail!"
Yep. So the knight you're speaking to says, "Oh, you've been summoned. Oh, okay. All right. Let's do this quickly." So they slightly open the gate, and then they have to like keep their shields like pressed to the other side of you to like keep other people from squeezing in, and they just go, "Get in, quick, go!"
Robbie just slips on by.
Yep.
Itza is looking smug, like, "Yep, yes, thank you, as we should."
Okay. So you all four squeeze in, and then you see that the knights just like fighting with the people at the gate to like to close it, and with enough effort, they are able to squeeze it back shut and lock it before everyone else breaks through. And so you are able to make your way over to the tower. So you go through kind of like the garden area at the front and head in, and you meet the same assistant at the front counter. And when she sees you all enter, she says, "Oh, I wasn't expecting anyone to come in today." Well,
We were summoned,
how-
ma'am.
May I have some proof of this summoning, please?
Here is this letter. As you will find, it is all in good record.
Oh, okay, I will take that. And she looks and she says, "Oh, okay, yes, excellent. Well, feel free to head up to Master Kirillith's office, and I'm sure he would love to speak with you."
Gracias.
Mm-hmm. So you all walk past her, and you take the teleporter, up to someone's study. And when you get in there, into his office, you see that Silmorn is not there. Who is there, though? On the other side of the room, sitting on a bench near some bookshelves, there is a very well-dressed man with darker brown skin, two black horns that curve upwards on his forehead, dark black, like slightly disheveled hair of, like short medium length, and he has a book up to his face.
Excuse me, sir.
Ita sees him and sees that he's the only one there and just announces her presence and just goes, "Hello?"
So the book comes down just a few inches, and you see that he has golden eyes, and he looks at you all and he says, "Yes."
Do you
So,
know where?
So, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask where what's his name is
Silmorn.
Stillmore. Silmore.
He's busy.
Is he?
And the book goes back up.
Ita wants, she's gonna look at her hand and just check to see if there's anything different with the sigil.
No, none of the spheres are glowing at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ravi steps
Ita will
forward.
annoyingly. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna do the same thing Ita did. She puts her hands on her hips, takes a step forward, and she's like, "Ahem! We were summoned by Samor."
From behind the book you hear, "Okay."
I'm Ravi. You are?
Shale.
Shell. What you doing here, Shale?
There's no response.
Okay, I'm not doing this again. She walks up over to him and looks at the book. I'm like, "You're acting kind of rude, buddy."
Okay.
That's it? That's it?
Ita
Yes.
will ignore him since he is clearly ignoring us, and she's gonna walk over to Silmorn's desk and see if there's anything on the desk that she can see or read.
Yes. So, there's a couple papers that are scattered around that look like, official Lucent Sage business. The book that he had pulled from his bookshelf and had talked about the cosmic butterfly is sitting on his desk as well.
Oh.
Ita will open and start to flip through the book. And she's looking to see if there are any depictions or drawings of something that maybe they've now seen that'll jump out at her.
So what you immediately notice is that the book is not in common.
Oh.
In fact, it is not in a language that you, Itza, are able to read. However, if you give me a quick, let's say, are you proficient in any recall knowledge checks?
I'm a person. I'm trained in nature and medicine
Okay.
and survival.
I will say make me a nature check to decipher something about the book. Just anything. Okay. So, you scroll you just kind of like keep scrolling through the book to see if you can find a picture or something. And you do. You find a graphic of 7 circles, each of a different color.
Itza is going to try to discreetly call over to Ravi, but she will fail because she's giant. To try to get her to come over and look at the book.
Okay,
And
so-
she's wondering if Ravi will see more than her.
Ravi is a little she's like fighting back the urge to kick the guy in the shin, but she did look up at Itza when she picked up the book, so she does notice if Itza is trying to get her attention.
Okay.
Yeah, she kind of goes like,
And the other two, I assume that you notice it as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Ravi discreetly puts her foot back down from her kicking position and walks over to Itza.
Itza then, as Ravi approaches, eyes the book and starts just pointing at the diagram and says to Ravi, I can't read what this is, but look at this.
Ooh, that looks familiar. So it's just this, Jesse, it's just the picture of our tattoo?
Yes, but the 7 colors of the rainbow are also present. Each circle representing one of the 7 colors.
Oh, so it's colorful, not like our
Yeah.
tattoo when the tattoo is colorful when something is near us?
Right. So the circle that's on true north is red, and then going clockwise, it goes from red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet.
Huh.
And then in the center is another larger circle. And that one is white.
So she touches the page and tries to look at the words that are around it as well. But she's like, do you think Cosmos is the middle one?
It looks like that's what it could represent.
Gimbleshinks, are you looking at the book?
Yes.
The book is in Empyrean.
Oh,
Do you know how to read it?
I can read this.
I can read!
I can read this.
I was too distracted
Yeah,
by
but quick.
the diagram. I didn't notice.
So as you are exclaiming that you can read the contents of the book, you hear the teleporter activate. And as you all look to see, you see Silmorn walk in, and his head is kind of like scrunched, and he is holding onto his left ear and showing like a look of like some slight pain.
Oh shit.
Oh. Itza stands in front of Gimbal, or she stands in between the direct sight line of Gimbal and Silmorn.
Okay. You as he enters the room, he says, "Ow, ow, why? Oh, oh, hello. You're all here.
As requested.
Yes, it was.
Can
I'm glad to see that you are all well.
Ravi sniffs the air and she's like, Mother! Mother was here! Have you seen Mother?
Yes. How did you?
She wears that perfume that smells so like roses.
Oh,
Did she pull your ear?
I did in fact have a meeting with Miss Hartridge. She did in fact chastise me and manhandle my ear. Yes.
Ravi's like, she has her both hands up to her mouth trying to hide her giggling. Sucks, doesn't it?
And why do you find that amusing, little girl?
Oh, nothing. It feels like now we're brother in arms.
I hope it happens to you tonight.
She puts her hand on her chest.
Anyway, that business aside, I am glad to see that you are well. Tell me, as he walks over to his desk and he sits down and then he like puts his fingertips together. Tell me everything.
So, Ravi opens her mouth and takes a big breath, but she's waiting if someone will interrupt her from making the story all over again.
Itza does not move to interrupt.
Nope.
You can just go.
Nope. And Josie doesn't either.
Okay, so we went to Moondrop Forest. Well, no. First we went to Misty Plains, and then we came across this guy who turned into this fire beast, and we had to fight him, and then we went to Fort Helena, and I kicked someone. No, I didn't kick someone. What did I do? Oh yeah, I spanked someone, and they didn't like that. So then we had to quickly leave.
His eyes close at that point. It gives the oh my fucking god face.
I'm not done! She slams her hands on the desk. I'm not done! Then we went to Moondrop Forest, and we met this guy who was a wolf guy. But he wasn't friendly, so I gave him a sweet wool. And then we went to Moondrop Forest, and we met the Crow Man. We met the jerk!
Oh. And then, what happened?
We tried to trap him in another dimension, but he broke out, and he sent birds after us.
And how... I apologize. How did you attempt to seal him in another dimension?
Oh, that's not important. Anyways, we beat the birds. We beat the birds up, and then we met the witch of the forest, La Llorona, something like that. I don't remember her name.
Excuse
but it was
me?
pretty. La Llorona.
La Llorona? Are you fucking... No, her name is Verona.
Verona.
I don't want to meet La Llorona in the
La
forest.
Llorona. Verona.
No.
Fiona. Something like that. It was a very pretty name. And then she told us. What did she tell us? What did she tell us, guys? She told us something important.
Well, does anyone remember?
To look for the
What did
lights.
she say?
To look for the lights. Yes, I remember now. She thumps her hands together. We had to look for the lights. And then we went to the Moonlight Conclave, and we met people there. We met a boy who turned into the moon. She looks at him like in the eyes.
Okay.
So we beat him up. And then we found out that the priestess that they're looking for, she was actually making monsters. She made him into the Moon Man. And he was actually kind of hard to beat up. But then there was other people.
His face changes at that point.
Okay.
He's beginning to take you seriously at that point.
And then more moon people came up. But then, before they could catch me, I had a hero in knight in shining armor, and he was the Wolf Man. And then, where did we do? We ate. Yes, we ate, and then we slept. And then we went to what was it? Mount Skyfire? Yes, Skyfire. To go to this town, and...
But we didn't make it there.
Oh, we didn't make it there?
No, we made it to Leobar.
Leobar! Right! She does this dramatic head back, like she was going to like do, you know, like that move with the lady and she like the ballerina move, and then water drops all over her.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
go on.
She does that pose. Leobar. We went to Leobar. She straightens up, and she kind of gets a little serious. So we went to Leobar. And nobody was there. The town was completely gone. Like, nobody was around, but all the stuff was out for shops. And then we were ambushed! We were ambushed by these black slimy, oily monsters with lots of teeth, and we ran for it. And then the people of the town were actually in the mines. And gosh, there's this poor guy. He was about to turn into one of those monsters, but I calmed him down. And then he reverted back to being a boy. And then we went back to the town to help finish the rest of the monsters off. And we met the Shadow Man.
Did you?
Yes, we met the Shadow Man.
The Shadow Man.
Yes, the Shadow Man.
You met a bedtime story.
But he was very real, and he had a whip.
What?
Okay. Is there anything else?
Well, it turns out the spell Calm actually helps revert people from turning into monsters. So that's why we're here. We need lots of scrolls for Calm.
Have you spoken with the church?
Yes, we have.
Yes.
Good.
Wait. You should tell him about the What?
Are you whispering that in game?
No.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah.
They're positive.
Okay.
Well,
You sure? It's pretty
saying
important
this,
part of the story.
could
We were
I-
whispering it in game.
Oh shit.
You are whispering this in game? Okay.
Yes.
Um,
And he coughed in game.
What happened?
Hello?
Oh
Okay.
no!
Mhm.
Oh no!
Perception check for.
No, we're not the
Okay.
only ones who do perception checks.
so he listens to you and he says, "What are you not telling me?
See, I told you. I see. I
Did
told
we
you.
not establish before you left that this would be a relationship of trust?
Yes.
So,
He was a freaking cowboy.
We should just
what
tell
are
him.
you not telling me?
Yeah, well, it's not like a secret or something. Can we just?
What? I
Yeah,
told him
Robbie, tell him
everything.
about Allie.
Oh! She was like, but I told him everything. I didn't skip one single detail. And then when she hears Itza say that name, she's like, oh yeah, her.
Her?
So, the one thing I left out was we met someone who, well, it's not like anyone I've ever met before. She's, well, I don't actually know what she is, but she has a lot of power, and she can teleport, and she has this really big gun that we didn't know she had until, we told her about our quest.
What?
Okay.
And, well,
Robbie is failing to mention is that this person is the person who helped trap the Crow Man in the dimension.
I didn't want to mention her until later.
I was wondering if that piece of info would be revealed. Wow, great.
Yes.
Anything else while we're at it?
She's mad at us. She's mad at me, mostly. But
What
us
did
as a
you
group.
do?
No,
We told her the truth. That's what we did.
you're all the one.
You know she is not someone that you want to mess with.
As you mentioned before, yes. We were forewarned.
You were. There's not much that is known about her, though those who have made recounts of her tell of very mischievous things.
She's also somehow connected to the lights.
Yeah, she thought we were going to beat her up or something.
Oh. And what led her to that idea?
Well, our tattoo lit up when she was around.
It lit up.
Yeah, like
How?
a Christmas light.
Well, I can't make it do it now.
Explain it, if you would.
Ravi,
Yes?
explain
Explain what?
how the light worked with our hand.
Oh, right. So she points to the dot that lit up before. So this one lit up when she was with us, and then she points at another dot. And this one, turning yellow, was blinking before, but then it stopped.
He looks over to the book and he says, "Was it like that?"
She goes around the table and leans over his shoulder to look at the book. What is she
It's
looking-
in Gimbleshanks' hand.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I thought it was on his desk again.
It was on the table!
I hold up the book and I say, I believe the answers are here. If you'll allow me to read it.
Oh, allow me, actually.
I
Okay.
hand over the book to him.
You see, you have confirmed my worst fears.
Uh-oh.
Allow me to explain. This book here, as you've noticed, is written in a language that is not well known amongst mortal kind. It is the language of the ancients. Very few of us are given the privilege of studying it. This book accounts for much of what we know as the war between mortals and dragonkind.
Still fucking awesome.
Right. Though, it does not tell events as they are publicly known. Allow me to delve further. It speaks of a war, yes, but not against dragonkind. The original translation of the word here is demon. It was said that from darkness, from nowhere at all, came what are called demons of great power. Amongst these powers were the ability to turn mortals into their monster servants.
That sounds awfully familiar.
Oh,
Through these powers, they were able to lay waste to much of mortal kind in a very short amount of time. In response, it is said that a great goddess, known as Origin, bequeathed unto mortal kind 7 protectors, each bearing the power of one color of the spectrum of light. The book details them as the following: the Stormbringer, light of red; the Trickster, light of orange; the Shadow, light of yellow. You may be familiar with this one. The Savior, light of green. Then we have the Matriarch, light of blue; the Time Lord, light of indigo; and the Psyblade, light of violet. Though their names... Hold on, I will...
Sorry, Ita is not familiar with that word. Thank you.
He was so mad that he had to stop me.
No, I'm not. I kind of expected I'd have to do this.
Okay.
Many thanks.
Yes. Many thanks. Because we're
Yeah.
taking notes. Yeah.
So something whispers in Ravi's ear, and she thinks the matriarch, the light of blue, we actually met her.
We did. Or at least I think we did.
Was she Verona?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
I don't.
Actually,
You suspect that this witch that you encountered is one of these beings.
Yes.
well, actually, Ravi thinks it's the person, the priestess, that could turn the little boy into the moon man.
Oh, if I may, there is more to this tale.
Okay.
You see,
Go on.
these 7 lights, as we may call them, did battle against these. Well, they are described as lords. So I think that that is a more fitting title rather than demons. So the 7 lights battled against, let's call them the 7 lords. And to the understanding of this author, who is strangely not named, I might add, the 7 lights were able to defeat the lords. And at that point, the world was in such ruin that they brought those who were left to this place, to the bastion, where there was still life within the earth, the water, the trees. It is said that the war against the lights and the lords not only destroyed the land, but rid it of life like it was dead. And this was the only place left where there was life in the world. After that, it suggests that their names were forgotten to history as to why the author cannot tell. The only one that seems to be actively remembered for some reason or another is the Savior, from which our modern religion comes to be. So, if this recount of history is to be believed, then I fear that we are looking at a repeat of history.
Because we definitely met one of the lords. No, we
Ooh.
actually met 2 of the lords. Well, yeah, no, in our dream. Wait, yeah. Oh, that explains a lot.
Oh, is there something else that you didn't tell me?
She
Oh,
walks.
the shared dream.
Didn't we tell him about the shared dream? I thought we
No, I'm talking about the dream
Nope.
with the fear monster.
No. We did tell him about that. Oh!
We told him about the butterflies.
Yeah.
But we didn't tell him about the fear one.
monster.
Ravi, tell him about the fear monster.
Tell him about the fear monster.
The fear monster.
Oh, yeah, tell him.
Tell him.
So she walks around and around, pacing back and forth. She's like, yes, we met the lord, one of the lords in the Moonlight Conclave. She was actually one of the priestess, and she turned the boy into a monster. But we also met another thing that could turn people into monsters, but we only met him through our dreams. And he tried to turn us into monsters, but then the butterfly, Cosmos, they saved us.
And you didn't become monsters?
No.
No, because
Only-
Cosmos saved us
Only by the light of Cosmos do we not become monsters.
in the branch.
Because of our brands.
Fascinating.
But we've
It
also
is
met
no
some
wonder
of
that
some of the lights too. So there is hope.
it is no wonder that Allie was so afraid of you.
Huh?
Somehow, amidst what I fear is history come to be once again, you 4 have been thrown into the mix. You with strange brands and
It's
the
the
ability to avoid being turned into monsters. You four are an anomaly. I am intrigued.
But it's not like we chose to be the anomaly. We were tricked into being like this.
Yes,
Yes,
I
such
wonder
is the
why
way
we
of
were chosen.
fate.
Oh, there's the
Yes.
F word.
Why indeed? I think we should find out.
Well, how do we do
So,
that?
we have upon us at least 3 major questions. The first, what or where are the lights, and why have you been asked to seek them out? 2, what exactly are these lords, and have they truly returned? And, furthermore, what do they want? And 3, why you seem to be in the middle of it all, and why you seem to be under the protection of Origin.
Well, I think we may have an answer. I don't know, but if history is repeating itself, could it possibly be that we need to bring all the lights together again to fight against the lords?
That raises a separate question. Why would you have to bring them together?
I guess Origin has their own reasons?
Yes, I suspect she does. And the sooner we figure those reasons out, the better. But let's also not forget that your brand came from another anomaly. Someone who does not seem to be on the side of mortal kind here. The one you called Tanis.
Yes,
the Raven Man.
with green
Yes.
eyes.
So that wonders. That oh my god. That makes me wonder.
Oh, I don't mean gradients.
Is your brand and the protection of Origin connected? Or simply correlated? I don't know. They could be 2 separate things, or they could be the same. And both raise several other questions. There is so much work to be done. We have so much to figure out, so much to do. Not to mention the fact that humanity will be doomed if we don't, act.
out.
But,
Yes.
Priorities. So, where do we begin? Where do we begin?
Silmorn, a question.
Yes, go on.
This Raven Man that we've been seeing, the Tanis, his eyes were green, but if the Savior was the one associated with the light of green, I don't see how that makes any sense.
No, I think
From
his is
how-
for another thing.
From how you have described it before, and from the remnants of his magic that we witnessed when he stole that tome, it appears like... I mean, it is not the green that one would expect when thinking about the spectrum of light. He points to the green in the book, and he says, from what I have seen, it is more... well, it is different. So I'm not sure.
Okay.
It could be that this is a light that has been corrupted, or it could be something else entirely. There's just not enough for us to come to a conclusion yet.
It's not the Savior.
I don't
But I
think it's
suspect
the
we will
same
find out
color.
in time.
I don't think it's the same person either. The Savior, we just saw a statue of her.
Yeah.
So I don't think
Yes.
Tanis is the green light. I think his
Yes.
green eyes are associated with something else. Something I'm not too comfortable with. Because I'm thinking he's on the side
Something else.
of the Lords.
Oh, well, that would not be good, would it?
But then why did
In
he
that way,
brand
he
us?
could- Yes. Yes. More questions that need to be answered.
Does that mean he
We
wants
really
us
do
to
have a lot of
collect
work
the
to do.
lights? And if he does, then why?
It seems for nefarious purposes if he, with his actions or anything to do with anything else.
And these are questions that we will answer. I swear upon it.
Oh yeah, another question.
Go on.
Why were you in trouble with Mother?
Well, she discovered that I was the one who employed you. And, well, she didn't have a lot of nice things to say about it.
What, me? But she always wanted me to get a job.
I
think she.
I'm sure she did. She did not seem particularly pleased about this one.
Oh.
But I had faith in you. And you returned seemingly unharmed. So the scolding I received was not worth it.
We'll be sure to tell her that when we see her next.
Please do not.
It's
Please.
never worth
Please
it,
do
buddy.
Please do not.
For the love of God.
she pats him on the thigh and she's like, "It never is, buddy. It never is."
Oh, right. Well, I shall have to think about where I'm going to send you next.
Shall we leave and come back? Oh.
Yes, but first, your payment. He reaches into a drawer in his desk and he pulls out a large pouch of money and he puts it on the table and he says, I figured 50 gold a day for each of you. That should bring us up to 800 gold, to be split amongst you, of course.
Money, money, money.
As you please.
Money.
Yes. Well, I propose that you get some rest, and whenever I have concluded what would be the most effective means of course, then I will summon you once again. Oh, I seem to have forgotten. Have you been acquainted with Tereth Shale?
Oh, unfortunately, yes.
I would hope you would, as he is the head monk of the Refulgent monks.
Oh.
The book comes down a little bit, and he just kind of looks in all of your direction, and then the book goes back up again. Someone says he is not the most sociable man,
It appears
but
so.
he and I do much work together. Much. He can be trusted.
I bet the book he's looking at has pictures of pretty ladies.
I somehow highly doubt that.
Pretty men?
Not what I meant, but be off with you. Go do whatever it is that you do. I will call you when it is time.
Okay. She leans over the table and takes the bag of gold, slowly but sliding it off the table. And it kind of like weighs heavily, so she's like, ugh.
Yes, do not hurt yourself. I don't need another meeting with your mother.
Scolding.
There's like a little bit of vitriol to his tone as he says those last few words.
One last question, Silmorn.
Yes?
We couldn't help but notice there's a mob outside your place.
Oh, yes, what about
What's up with that? Forget them?
that? No, you said what about them? Well, you see, it makes sense, but it is also deeply irrational. They simply have, come to the conclusion that we, inhabiting a place called the Moon Tower, are the ones that are solely responsible for the moon and all of the destruction that it has brought. We have attempted to
Right.
suggest otherwise, and they were not willing to hear it. Thus, what about them?
See, that's another thing too.
Just-
We're looking for the Dark Moon Tower. Ever heard anything like that? She holds the bag of gold like a baby.
I have some brief recollection of hearing of such a place. I had heard that it was no longer existent, though in historical text it was described to be somewhere on the coast of Mount Darkridge. Why would you
we
need
were
to go
heading
to such a
anyway.
place?
We had a vision of it, and we were told to go there. Or,
Were you?
yes.
Yes, it's where we suspect the priestess went, and that is what corrupted her.
Oh. Fascinating. We'll have to consider that on our course. Excellent information, I am pleased. Anything else?
Not
Robbie?
that I can think of.
Well then, good, be gone. Enjoy your gold.
Okay, love you, bye-bye.
Oh.
Say less.
Yes. He just shoos. He does the shoe motion. Just oh.
Get out.
Get out.
Get out.
Goodbye. Nita
Okay.
does an about face as she shoos the rest of us towards the transporter.
Mm-hmm. You all teleport away. You go back to the main floor. All right.
I nod
What
to the
would you all
secretary.
like to do
Ma'am.
now? The secretary woman?
Oh, I nod to her like, ma'am.
Do have a good day. Mind the mob.
Will do, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Ita will turn to Ravi and ask her if she's ready to go back to the tavern or wants to go check in on her mom first.
I understand you guys are tired, but I really want to go see Mother. Why don't you guys go to the tavern, and I'll go to the mansion.
Will Mother have dinner?
Yes? I think so. Why?
Ita likes a hot meal.
Well, okay, you guys could come with me if you want. She shrugs and then starts going to follows the cobblestone road for the mansion, the orphanage.
Hot mom house.
Okay. So you return to Hartridge Manor. You see no children playing in the rose bushes. The outside is calm. As you step in, you see that Vanellope, sorry, I'm confusing V's. Vanellope is sitting in front of the fireplace as she was when you first met her. And she is sipping on a cup of tea.
Oh, Mother!
Oh. Good. You have returned. I'm glad that you attempted to come to see me earlier. Unfortunately, I was in a meeting. I'm glad that you've come back.
Yes, we actually wanted to talk to you a little bit. Well, by we, I mean me, because she kicks a little, the dirt, on the floor, and she's like, I missed you.
Oh. You were missed as well, my daughter. All of you, feel free to come in, take a seat. Tell me of your travels. I'm glad to see that you are safe.
Ravi skips over to Mother and then just lays her head on her lap.
Oh. You must have been through so much. Would any of you like any tea?
Would there be cookies with the tea?
If you wish it.
Yes, I wish it.
Very good. Barnaby, and she claps twice, and a half-elven man dressed in butler's clothing says, Yes, madam. Ravi, you would know this is Barnaby, the house butler. And Vanellope says, teas for our guests and for my daughter, please. And he says, right away, ma'am. And he walks away to the kitchen. And Vanellope looks at you all and she says, so, what have you all been up to?
Well, it's been quite an ordeal. All over the realm, people are turning into monsters, unfortunately.
Right. Yes, it is unfortunate.
We almost turned into monsters at one point too, she says carelessly.
What did you say?
Hey,
Well,
you
Robbie.
say that, Robbie.
It's funny story.
With her tea held in her right hand, she proceeds to grab Robbie's left ear with her left, and she said,
Ow!
I'm gonna need you to explain that to me, daughter.
Ow! It's not like
It's
we wanted
fine.
to.
It didn't happen.
As though that makes it better.
Ow! 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 Mother!
She squeezes just a little harder.
Mother, we didn't mean to. I was asleep. I was asleep.
I see. And she lets go. And she says, so you were unharmed, then?
No, Origin saved us. She rubs her ear.
Who?
The butterfly, Mother. The butterfly.
Yes, you did speak of a butterfly. I thought you were joking.
No, I was very serious.
Very real.
It seems that you are all wrapped up in something dangerous. Very dangerous. And she gets like a look on her face of like contempt. Just very dangerous. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I will not stand for it.
Aw, but Mother, this has been an epic adventure.
Sending my 14-year-old daughter into the midst of danger with 3 relative new friends is not what one has in mind for their child.
She lowers her head on Mother's lap again, and her ears droop down. She's like, I'm gonna be 15 soon.
That doesn't make it better. Okay, it helps a little bit, but that's not the point.
Oh, and plus, her ears loop up, and she actually leaps up from Mother's lap, and she's like, plus, I've awakened a new power in me. I can speak to spirits now.
Oh, this again.
No, the witch doctor.
The what?
Thus, we met Verona, the witch of the Moondrop Forest.
She's staring daggers at Itza. The what?
The what?
The what? Which old witch?
It was very nice. My name is Verona.
A nice witch.
Yes,
good witch.
very highly revered and respected.
And
Love.
she did what to my child?
Burn her in the window.
Ignore him. She spoke to Robbie very kindly and allowed her to unlock her inner potential and shine.
Yes.
So, my daughter has powers now?
Yes.
Yes.
Always did. Always did.
This is going to be a tragedy somehow, I just know it.
Robbie leans over to Mother and starts rubbing her in their face with her face. She's like, no, this is awesome!
Right. I'm sure it is. Let me make something clear, little girl. And she grabs your ear again.
Ow!
If you sling
Ow!
one
Ow!
single spell
Ow!
at someone, just out of mischief, just for fun.
Ow, no,
I'm
no,
going to, I'm going to get you.
no, ow.
Use your magic responsibly. Do you understand?
Yes, Mother.
Good. And she lets go.
Ow.
Well, I suppose that will come in handy if you continue to work in the service of Master Kirlith.
I
And
don't
you see
like
her, like, her left hand, like, clench up.
Yeah, I don't like him either.
I simply do not like that he has elected to employ children
One child.
and their friends. Child and friend. Friends.
Yeah.
Multiple.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that, honestly. I have been contemplating much of motherhood. I went to the Moon Tower originally because I was interested in a tome.
What kind of tone?
It is of a great comfort to read of the plights and lives of other mothers, me having dedicated my life to it. There is, however, a sad tale that I had recently discovered. A tale of a mother who lived far to the north of here, beyond Frostmouth, up in the northern peaks. She was a woman in ancient times, a mother of 2 beautiful children, and the lead of her house. And this mother, tragically, lost both of her children. How? We don't know. But it is said that the sorrow that she felt turned her heart to ice. And that is why the mountain is so cold. But because of her heartbreak that day, she covered the land in frost. And I weep for this mother. If I lost my children, I would likely set the world ablaze. And she pets Ravi as she says this. Oh, how the world would burn were I to lose any of my children. Anyway,
That's
what were we discussing?
comforting story.
Yes, I agree.
Hmm. Can I read this story one time?
No, you may not.
Oh.
Not until you're older. At that point, Barnaby arrives with tea. He, of course, brings one for Gimbleshanks, and he says,
You can.
Here you are.
Oh, thank you.
That he just walks away.
I just kind of hold it and awkwardly look around.
But Sylvanellope, she says, well, if you are going to continue to be employed by him, I humbly and respectfully request that you all take as much caution as possible.
We will do the utmost to protect your daughter.
Yes.
And yourselves.
She has my back. Of course.
Of course.
And to that end, and she gets up and she grabs her walking stick with her left hand, and she taps you, Gimbleshanks, you, Josie, and you, Itza, on the head, very softly, and she says, I name you all honorary children of Heartridge Manor. I claim you all as mine.
Why, thank
Thus,
you.
if any of you die, my promise to burn the world
Oh,
will be extended.
Okay,
all right.
thank you. The highest praise. Thank you.
Highest honor. Thank you.
You are
Yes.
most welcome. You may
Bobby's just
address me
happily
as
sipping on her tea because it has milk in it.
mother, if it please you.
Hey. Mother.
So, what do you intend to do from here on?
We don't know yet, Mother. He still needs to send us to somewhere that needs our help.
Of course he does.
But
Well, feel
the
free.
high priest also wanted to thank us, so we will also meet with him before we go.
Ah, you did some service for the church.
Yes. Are you religious?
I am not.
Okay. Not so much myself either. But yes. He seemed very pleased. Ravi delivered the missive of how we helped the town of Leobar, and it brought him and his congregation much joy.
Excellent. Well,
Yes. Mother, I did good. I was able to calm a boy down so he wouldn't turn into a monster.
did you now?
Yes. Her tail
Well,
starts
well
wagging.
done. Well done, indeed. I'm pleased with all of your efforts. These are rather terrifying times, are they not?
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Well, for now, get some rest, and I'm sure you will be summoned soon enough. Not too soon,
Thank
I
you.
hope.
Finishing up her tea, she puts it back on the table. She's like, "Okay, Mother, we're gonna go to the tavern and sleep there, okay?"
Well, do say hello to Bernice for me.
I will.
Great. Alright. So, is there anything you all would like to do before you return to the high wall?
No.
I don't think so.
Josie is signaling
Okay.
to me that she is ready for a rest.
Doge? Say Doge?
Doge.
No, I said Josie.
Joe.
Josie, oh.
Oh.
Yes.
Josie's on
so-
horse.
Yes. You all return to the high wall. And, when you get there, you see Elizabeth again. Why did I say that? Bernice. You see Bernice at the counter, looking entirely bored. Just so bored.
Itza barges in and goes, "Sister! We've returned!"
Mom has adopted
Oh.
all of them.
We've been inducted into the family.
Oh,
It felt like a mafia.
interesting. Well, she seems to care for you all then. Well, great. That's just great. I'm happy for you. And also slightly terrified.
No.
As are we.
Just think of
Feelings
you
are
getting
mutual.
a very tall tree like, well, brother. A nice, dirty, rough around their edges brother. And a very tall, muscular sister.
Okay. Fantastic. So, are you retiring for the night, then?
Yes, it has been a long day.
Great. I will have you know that your rooms have been paid for in advance.
Oh, wonderful.
For several months.
Wow.
Oh. Was this
Yes.
Silmorn doing?
I am inclined to say yes, it was.
Okay. Interesting.
I still don't like him.
Okay, you're entitled to that opinion. Also, a package did come for you while you were away. It looks like it's from the church.
Oh.
He did
Yes.
tell us to come back later.
Well,
It's
they seem to know that you stay here, so...
Ita will take the package but hand it to Robbie because she knows that she wants to open it.
Yes, yes, yes!
Okay. So you tear it open, I'm sure very enthusiastically. And inside are a pair of white gloves and a small note saying, "My token of thanks for your assistance. May the blessing of the Savior be upon you."
May the blessing of the Savior be upon you. Okay, what are the gloves for?
There's another small note
Oh.
that there's the note under the gloves as you pull them out, and it describes them as healer's gloves that assist in the treatment of injuries.
I believe these would fit you best, Josie.
Yes, I think so too. Here you go.
Josie said woohoo and he expresses enjoyment.
Now you're a dapper gentleman.
Josie, I have placed these in your inventory and I have attuned you to them, and now I will tell you what they do.
Wow.
These
Thank
clean
you for that.
white
Wow.
These clean white gloves never show signs of blood, even when used to stitch up wounds or treat other ailments. They give you a +1 item bonus to medicine checks. In addition, once per day, you can soothe the wounds of a willing, living adjacent creature, restoring 2d6.7 hit points to that creature.
What does that mean?
Basically, the
2d6.7?
gloves give you a free heal once a day, and they give
Oh.
you a bonus to your medicine checks.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So I was kind of confused by the 0.7, but okay.
It's 2d6 plus 7.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh man, that's awesome.
That makes more sense.
All right.
Sweet.
So Bernice says, "Oh, those are very nice and clean. What did you do to earn those?"
We went to a place called Leobar, and they asked us to come with a missive that says, what did it say? Oh, right. They need scrolls of calm to stop people from turning into monsters. And so we went to the church and we told him everything. And yeah, then he starts saying, "Praise the Savior!" She lifts her arms up like he did at the church. And yeah.
Can I say that, Robbie, when you said Leobar, I imagined you said it with jazz hands.
Leobar.
Leobar.
Honestly, I can see that. Yeah. And so Bernice just says, "Oh, that's great. It sounds like you've done a lot of great work in the past few days. All of you. You should feel accomplished."
We tried.
That's all one can do in times like these. So, is anyone hungry?
Famished, really.
I can take care of that. And so you all get another meal, and after that you retire to your rooms and have a restful night. And we will continue next week with a start of a new day.
Nice.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did it, team.
Revelations